welcome to Space's Key 2. I'm not gonna lie, I just recorded this video, and well, you may be asking yourself, okay, and? Obviously. But this is the second take of me recording this video, so isn't that lovely? Because apparently the first time OBS recorded none of my audio. And I hope this time it does. We'll see. But yes, Space's Key 2. I know I did Space's Key 1 a while back, and so now I'm just gonna turn this into a series, I guess. Let's go for it. And we're going to automatically mute this because it is painfully loud. Yeah. And so let's get on with this. For those of you who haven't played, for those of you who have never gone on cool math games, which I feel like is pretty difficult, but I don't know my audience demographic, so I could be working with multiple generations here of people who may or may not have played cool math games, or I should say been on cool math games. But essentially, for those of you who haven't, this is the Space's Key franchise. A lovely little game series, where the author decided that the only game mechanic is going to be that you press space to jump over blocks of varying sizes, distances, and velocities. Which is just ingenious, I must be honest. Yeah. The perfect game, if you will. Now there are 20 levels here, and after having just played through all of them, the last ones are quite interesting, so do stay tuned. Oh, I must also mention, I have made a video on the first Space's Key game, where I just played through it all in one sitting. It's pretty quick and easy to do so, so that's on the channel, and I will be linking that at the end of the video, probably. For anyone who wants to see what the first game is all about, which is, I mean, essentially what you're seeing here. Just a little less difficult, I guess. I don't know. It's been a while since I've played. I can't really remember that well, but we'll get to the more difficult stuff momentarily. If I can get past the easy stuff first. That's always the test. And after playing these games, I've learned that not only is space key, but timing is key as well, because if you don't have the timing down, you can press space as many times as you want, but you're gonna get absolutely nowhere. So timing is certainly key. Like right now, timing is key, and I need to be timing things better. Although this box's hitbox seems pretty weird. Maybe I'm just going crazy, or just trying to cope with my massive skill issue. You see, I think the biggest flex, in general, would just be to beat, the Space's Key games with 0 fails. Honestly, to whoever could do that, I would love them forever. It's a feat that only the most powerful can accomplish. But really, you can only get there by actually playing these games. Like, you have to practice if you want to accomplish something like that. It's not a challenge you can simply take for granted. These games have a way of forcing you to take your time as you slowly go crazy, swearing that you should have made a jump when you so clearly did not. Oh boy. Like this one. There we go. And that was a little easier. So yeah. Oh, we're past halfway at this point. And yeah. I quite love these games. They're very simple. Very easy for me to make videos on. Although, just like any other video, they take an extreme amount of editing. I will spend like 3 hours trying to edit down a 40-minute video just to make a 20-minute video. It's absurd. But I guess it's fun. I don't know. Otherwise, why'd I be doing it? I guess I don't do it very often, but you know, when I do, when I commit to the bit, oh, okay. Timing is key. See what I did there? I timed it. Shocker. Gotta wait a little longer. There we go. Look at that. And now we get to the interesting levels, which are vertical. How is there a square falling upwards and jumping over cubes? I guess these aren't cubes. These are more rectangles. Which I mean is far from a cube because we would just say they're square. Anyway, we don't question that. We just must appreciate that there is a square jumping over rectangles. That's what we need to find value in, because that's how we understand the meaning of life. The meaning of life is to appreciate jumping over each of these rectangles, going under each of the tunnels. It's learning to find value in each of our failures and to grow from them and to learn. That's what it's all about. That's what this game has taught me. And honestly, I'm glad. I'm glad that I have failed as many times as I've had. Yeah, 208 fails thus far. And there's just a lot there to find meaning in. So, I guess if there's anything you should take away from this video, it's that we gotta find meaning in the small things. We gotta find value in our failures, and we gotta learn not to take things so harshly sometimes, because the moment we do is when we forget the point of the failures. Like, right, there's a point to all of this, and that's what we gotta understand, and that's what we gotta keep in mind all the time, no matter how hard it might be, no matter how angering it might be. You know, as I fail and fail, as my small square explodes into little pixels each time it fails to achieve its goal of getting to the end of the level. When we lose sight, we go crazy. And I think that's what I experienced earlier in this video. You know, But now, I've learned to understand why I do this. It's comforting, in a way, I suppose. And, yeah. Just shows you that there's, more to life than getting angry. There's games like Getting Over It, if you've heard of that one, where you're a man in a pot with a sledgehammer and you must climb an assortment of random items. And the game is meant to make you angry. But what we take away from them, oftentimes, and I think what we forget when we take a break from our screens because the game is just that enraging, we forget the point that it's meant to make us angry so that we learn to overcome that anger and just evolve as a person. Thank you for listening to my philosophical rant for the last bit of this video. And yeah, there we have it. Space is Key 2. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.